Welcome everybody to a simulcast. That's right. First time for a long time. I've done this in a minute. A simulcast, and of all the days we picked the busiest day of the year, the day before Thanksgiving. David Burton's in the house. How you doing, my brother? Oh, my bad. There you go. How you doing?
Hanging in there. I'm doing all right.
Yes, sir. We are literally the day before Thanksgiving. This is like night before Christmas, but I'm not going to release a bedtime story. We're going to talk a little bit. First of all, this is the first half of this show. I don't know how we're going to pull this off, but damn it, we're going to get it done. First of all, both shows going to talk about wrestling, first of all. Secondly, if you have any questions, you can send them to TruckersPod and WrestlingTracks@gmail.com. TruckersPod and Wrestling Tracks. That's TruckersPod@gmail.com. WrestlingTracks@gmail.com. We'll answer them on the show right here. And if we can, if we run out of time, we'll answer them online. So it's all good. Secondly, we over on Wrestling Tracks, our flagship show on blogtalk.com. They're shutting us down. Not just us, but everybody on Blog Talk Radio, the whole platform. That sucks. But there is a net. So what you do, you go to Spreaker. So we're gonna go to Spreaker.com, and you can type in Spreaker.com/Wrestling Tracks, or just type in Spreaker Wrestling Tracks, and follow us over there. And that way you can continue to listen to us on our flagship platform over there, or continue to listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, different platforms as well.
Yeah.
Our iTunes platform has two of them. We're on the second one. Our first iTunes platform has expired. I'm trying to renew that one. For some reason, it's giving me really heart issues for some reason. So our second iTunes platform, you go to that one. So follow us on all of our platforms. If once it's shut down on the 31st on blogtalk.com, it's gonna shut down January 31st at midnight. It's a Saturday at midnight, January 31st. We're gonna go over to Spreaker.com, and if you'd like to support, you can do that as well. You can go to, I might pull the thing right here. Hang on a second. Spreaker Wrestling Tracks. Let's see here. I can pull it up here. 1 second. Okay. All right.
Got the big Thanksgiving holiday tomorrow.
Yeah. You can go to Spreaker.com/podcast/wrestling-tracks
Wrestling Tracks.
No, sorry, that's dash. I'm bad. Dash hyphen, whatever you want to call it. No, hyphen. My bad. Hyphen dash whatever it is. Dash 6407739. Click on the support button. $9.99. $9.99. I'm about to say $99.
$9.99.
Yeah, but basically $10.81 a month. Any 99 is $10.81 a month. Speaking of $9.99, in January, the Outside Network, y'all shut down in January.
Yeah, January 1st.
All the OG, the original network people, y'all shit outside. The original people that still have the OG network, y'all shut down in January. I know that sucks. Yeah, everybody get Peacock all around. For global WWE, everybody gonna get Peacock all together. Now the good news is you get your money back. That's what happened to us in the States. We got the news. Hey, we're shutting down the network. Here's your money back. I was shocked that WWE of all they don't do refunds.
They shut down the network and was like, we're going to Peacock. You want the network? The network will be on Peacock. That was shocking news.
Now, what shocked me is they gave my money back. I was shocked. They don't do refunds. Once you got your money, you got your money.
Hmm? It's hard to do refunds.
Because once you buy a ticket to this, ticket to that, when we got your money, we got your money.
You know, when you got millions or thousands that purchase something, you gotta reimburse that. That's all right.
Yeah, I'm having trouble.
Which, looking back on it, I understood the whole Owen situation and why Vince kept on with the show.
Oh, now you understand. Oh, now y'all understand. Oh.
No.
Oh.
When it first happened, I was like, he's gonna continue this?
Y'all understand the business side
after
now.
This just happened? A lot of people don't understand the business side of it.
Yeah, like business wise now. I'm not talking about the accident side. The business wise, Vince had no other choice but to keep going. Business wise now.
Yeah, it may sound cruel, but then at the same time, you gotta understand when you have thousands, not thousands, when you have order a pay-per-view and then and you stop that means you gotta reimburse all those people that bought a pay-per-view gotta get their money back. All those people that bought a ticket gotta get their money back. That would have cost the company millions, which in turn would have affected everybody that works for that company. And a lot of those people have families. You got to support themselves. You got to feed themselves and their families.
If not, you got Rob Peter to pay Paul, man.
The buildings. So that's why the show continued.
Yeah. And I remember on the Vince McMahon documentary, somebody said, I think it was Brett. He said, they took my brother's dead body. First of all, Owen wasn't dead. He was really messed up. He wasn't dead yet. He was really fucked up. He wasn't dead yet. First of all, he died at the hospital.
True.
But he wasn't dead.
That's just crazy.
Now, it was not funny, but ironic. Brett would eventually over time would forgive Vince and everything. Dr. Martha Hart, hell nah. Now at the time, I can understand that. But lady, it's been what, 30, 40 years? Not 40, damn. Damn, we ain't that old. At least 20, 30 years now.
25.
Yeah. Now,
Brett had some bad things to say about her.
Yeah.
Which I understand where Brett came from.
And it's going from and now it's going from Vince and Martha to more like Brett and Martha. Instead of Vince and Martha to Brett and Martha.
Oh, Vince ain't thinking about him. He's not losing sleep over Owen.
Oh yeah.
You know, Brett's upset at Martha. Some of the other family members are upset at Martha because you like sort of erasing his memories. which is a no-no because it's not fair to the fans, despite what happened to your husband. You're doing his fans a disservice. And to be honest, the fans are the reason why you have money. Like what? Vince gave you $18 million. Where you think that $18 million came from? In a roundabout way, it came from the fans. You know, Bobby Heenan said it best. The fans, they feed you. They pay your bills. So for her to do that, it's wrong. Look, I get it. You're mad. But at the same time, you can't do what you're doing. Because, to be honest, I get that you're upset and I get that you're mad, but then at the same time, you're screwing over the audience. You know, every house that Owen lived in, every car that Owen had, you know, that was all paid for by the fans of pro wrestling. So for her to do what she's doing is a disservice to the fans. So she's basically screwing over a star in this country so she can have the life that she has now.
Yeah.
So I get where Brett's coming from.
Yes.
You want to lock up all of Owen's memories away. He's like, well, let's do this thing in AEW. No one knows about AEW. It's like that AEW fan base don't have a clue who that man is. But I'm talking about the AEW loyals who are not familiar with, you know, the other stuff, especially the older stuff. They're not going to have a clue who Owen Hart is. It's like, who's this guy? So, yeah, the whole thing is just a bad situation outright. But like I said before, nobody in WWE is losing sleep over it. They're not thinking about him, nor they're thinking about anybody else. And that's what I like about the people in that company. They only focus and worry about themselves, not what everybody else is doing. You know, and it's interesting if you happen to be on their radar. Yeah, that's about it with the Owen stuff.
You know, before Raw, they announced the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and I called it. I knew it was going to do that at some point. So we had the Women's United States Championship, and just a matter of time before they had the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah. And they got way too many titles. And I knew people were going to start talking about that. As soon as that was announced, everybody starts talking about, okay, I got too many titles. And I said that before. That's a problem a lot of these companies have right now, is they have too many titles. You know, right now, including NXT, the WWE has 17 titles. That's ridiculous. 17. "17 titles is ridiculous.
Yeah.
All you need is your world title, your mid-card title, your women's title, and your tag team title. You got 4. It was better when WWE had 4 titles. But 17 is just ridiculous. Or maybe one other title. I say 6. But, like, anything past 6 is way too much. It's way too much. Like, y'all don't need all these extra titles. I don't need them. And maybe they give people a chance and actually put titles on people who deserve to be champions I mean, you look at Natalya, she should be champion more times than she has been. The woman's been there longer than anybody. In terms of all the active female women wrestlers in WWE, she's been there the longest. You know, the woman's been there since 2007.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 2008, excuse me. She's been there since 2008. Now, 16 years is a long time. And you've only been champion twice. Meanwhile, Charlotte's been there and she's been champion 16 times. And she's been there for 10 years. I'm just saying, this stuff is ridiculous.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta take a quick break. While we're doing that, I'm gonna bring in when we get back, I'm gonna bring in Wrestling Tracks. We're gonna combine the show Wrestling Tracks when we get back. I'm gonna take a very quick break. This is when we switch to Spreaker, and we're gonna post the show on BlogsRadio.com and on Spreaker. So I want to bring Wrestling Tracks in right after this break. We'll be right back.
Wrestling Tracks proudly brought to you by Backup Deliveries and More LLC. They put the D in delivery. You have a city license, you can drive trucks, and you want more information, you call 888-71-BACKUP. That's 888-712-2587 or 817-204-7259. We got backup.com for all your information. And now, back to the show.
Thank you very much. Now, let's bring in Wrestling Tracks. Before we do that, let's do it in style.
Like we shine, every match on the line. Hear the bell, it's our time. Moments are, that's the sign. Fly high, hit the mat, no retreat, that's a fact. Every slam, every whack, take a breath, don't look back. History on display, every night, every day. Feel the roar, can't delay. In this ring, we all stay. We all stay.
Welcome to Wrestling Tracks, everybody. Houston and David Burton. Yes, we are combining this show with Struggles Pod. This is our Wrestling Tracks portion of the show. And we were talking about too many titles in WWE. We have the women's coming up real soon. The Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament coming up. We already have the Women's United States Championship Tournament.
Yeah.
We have too many titles going on.
Bailey has advanced in that tournament. Somebody else did. I forget who it was. And there was 2 more triple threat matches. And, of course, they're all triple threat matches. The winner of the triple threat matches will face each other. But anyway, the finals of the United States Championship Tournament will take place on the return of Saturday night's main event, which will take place on the 14th of December.
Not
Saturday
too far
night's
from
main
here.
event.
Yes, sir. Saturday night's all right for fighting. That's not too far from here.
Yeah. You know, we got to talk about TKO for a second.
Yeah.
You notice since this merger, he's been seeing a lot of WWE stars at more UFC shows.
Oh yeah, we got because we're what you call it?
Merging with WWE to UFC. Saw Triple H and Stephanie at the last UFC show.
And
Kid Rock and Donald Trump. And Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio was at the last one.
And like personally, I'm invested in TKO. So yeah, my problem is when we go to Netflix, and God forbid, they freeze like they did the fight.
Oh, the Tyson Paul fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a problem.
That is a concern.
So I'm about to put my foot in somebody's ass.
And it's a concern to their credit that they're trying to fix before January. But I'm sure there'll be some lagging issues. Hopefully it won't be too much.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what happens in January. We're not that far away from the first. Mm-hmm. Of course, Raw's debut on Netflix will take place on Monday, January 6th. And let's not forget to mention that Raw will also return in 3 hours. Starting January 6th when they debut on Netflix, John Cena will be on that show. John Cena's already announced that he will be participating in the Royal Rumble match, which will take place at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana on February 1st, which will be the first time in the Royal Rumble history that the Royal Rumble will not take place in the month of January.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a Saturday, by the way, Saturday, February 1st. So, for right now, Raw will remain 2 hours until January 6th. And for those, wherever you are in any part of the world that still has the WWE Network as a standalone streaming site, it will officially close down and go first. So, like, it is for Peacock here in the States, it's going to be that way for Netflix outside of the U.S. The only thing that we're going to get on Netflix in the U.S. is Raw.
Yeah. Oh, it's messed up.
Well, they already got specials. Netflix, so they're getting Raw in the U.S. And they're also getting specials, TV specials exclusive to Netflix, which they already started doing. We had the McMahon documentary. I don't know if you remember the Big Show's TV show, the Big Show show, or that Undertaker thing they did.
Remember that?
Yeah, or that movie called The Main Event. So they already started doing some specials, and there's going to be some more later on in the future.
Yeah. I remember they did that.
Yeah.
That game they had was interesting.
I heard it was interesting. I never watched it or participated in it.
It's the New Day the New Day at the Undertaker's house, like a little castle. Escape the Undertaker, I believe. The name was kind of lame, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but I do remember the special.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you the name.
Wasn't it?
I'm telling you the name. Escape the Undertaker.
Oh. And the Big Show show.
Yeah, that was okay.
Oh, by the way, those things are still on Netflix if you haven't seen any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even that movie, The Main Event, I watched like 20 minutes of that movie and gave up and just stopped watching.
Mm-hmm.
In WWE, they've put out some very, very good movies. You know, my personal favorites is The Call, starring Halle Berry. And I highly recommend that movie. If you haven't seen it, you gotta see that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Dead Man Down is another good one with Colin Farrell and Terrence Howard. Ray Barrett's in that movie. That's another really good movie. Of course, The Condemned with Stone Cold. See No Evil with Kane was a good one. I did like the Inside Out movie with Triple H.
That was good.
Yeah, I know that movie is not everybody's cup of tea, but I liked it.
That was Triple-H's second movie. His first one was Chaperone.
Yeah, I saw the first one, The Chaperone. I didn't like that movie. I mean, they have some good ones and they had some bad ones, but I highly recommend the movies I just mentioned.
Now, if you're a wrestling, of course, you're a wrestling fan. Like a wrestling fan's favorite movie. If you're a wrestling fan, The Longest Yard. That's a wrestling fan's movie. You had Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kevin Nash, Goldberg, Great Khali, year before his debut. Steve Austin. Who else they had in there?
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie wasn't that great, and that was what's that called? That was the original Longest Yard from Burt Reynolds. Yeah, but that movie wasn't good, to be honest.
That's the only reason I watched that thing.
They did have actual football players in the movie. Mm-hmm. Adam Sandler and Chris Rock. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're a wrestling fan. If you want a reason to watch the movie, boy, I just gave you 5 of them.
You're better off watching Body Slam.
Yeah.
Now that's a wrestling movie.
Mm-hmm.
Roddy Piper and the Tonga Kid, who is the father of Jacob. That's a wrestling movie. Mm-hmm. And yes, other wrestling legends and stars to make cameos in the movie. The Wild Samoans, Bruno Sammartino, Ric Flair, and several other people all make cameos in the movie. And like I said, it's a wrestling movie. It's not like The Wrestler with what's his name? Mickey Rourke, but yeah, but Body Slam's okay. That's a wrestling movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, no, actually, it's not like anything. It's a comedy and it has some seriousness.
Well, the Survivor Series Saturday, my birthday, by the way. At Survivor Series Saturday, do you see a backstab anywhere?
Oh, let's not forget Bailey, who has replaced Jade Cargill, who survived. And we do know that they're going to take the women's tag team title off of Bianca Belair and what's her name? Jade Cargill. So, Jade Cargill's legitimately injured, so she's going to be out of action for a little while. And let's not forget, Bianca Belair's team has the advantage in the War Games match. She beat Nia Jax with the help of Bailey. And in another War Games advantage match, it will be Jey Uso taking on Jacob Fatu.
Speaking of, in that match.
This Friday, by the way, which was recorded, but...
Saturday, on my birthday, I want to ask, do you see any backstab anywhere during or after the War Games match?
No, there won't be no need to backstab anybody at the end of War Games because the match would be over, but no. No. And by the way, War Games is the day where everybody is back to work. Vacation is over.
Yeah.
remember the last week and a half of TV was all taped because everybody's been given time off.
Everybody should be fresh.
Yes, so everybody returns to work. Survivor Series.
Next time we go on pay-per-view should be February.
Yes, and let's not forget NXT's special deadline next month. Deadline, the Iron Survivor Challenge. The men and women's Iron Survivor Challenge returns. And Trick Williams is going to defend the NXT Championship against Rich Holland. Rich Holland, who beat Andre Chase, disbanding Chase University.
That's a shame.
I didn't care for that group anyway, but yeah, it's a shame.
Mm-hmm. Post Chase University.
Let's talk about some of the participants in the men and women's Iron Survivor Challenge. Everybody that has qualified for the match, you see, for the women's, you have Stephanie Vaquer, Zarya, and Julia, who all three of them just recently made their debuts, and they're being pushed in a championship contenders match already, which I personally never liked. I think that's bad. But anyway, Sol Ruka also joins them, and there will be one more person who's going to have to qualify. Same thing with the men. So one more person is going to qualify. So far for the men, it's Wesley, Siobhan Evans, Nathan Frazier, and Ethan Page. Now, I know with the men, and this is going to be the third Iron Survivor Challenge. Last year, Trick Williams won it for the men. Yep, Trick Williams won it for the men. And Blair Davenport won it for the women. And the year before that was for the women, you had Roxanne Perez and Grayson Waller.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, NXT deadline. I'm more interested in the women's Iron Survivor Challenge than I am the men's.
Oh.
Dude, because of who's in it, seeing Julia and Stephanie Vaquer and Zarya. So Ruka's good. So far, there's 4 matches. Nathan Frazier and Axiom are going to defend the NXT Tag Team titles against the winners of the number 1 contenders Tag Team Battle Royal. So Nathan Frazier is going to be wrestling twice at deadline.
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room, man. Let's talk about AEW Full Gear.
Whoa. Hold on. One more thing. Eric Bischoff is going to return to WWE. He's going to be the guest general manager for NXT next week because Ava was accidentally hit.
Oh, no, baby, for now.
She was accidentally hit during a backstage brawl, and she suffered a concussion.
Oh.
So she will not be on NXT next week to run the show. So Eric Bischoff will be on NXT next week as the guest general manager since Ava is out with a concussion.
Oh, y'all young people don't know what you're in for. Eric Bischoff. Y'all NXT folks, you have no idea what you're in for. Oh man, let me tell you. 3 generations of WCW, WWE. Bro, you don't know what you're in for.
That's going to be an interesting episode.
Well, it's the 2 generations, really.
But how about that Full Gear?
I don't know where to get started. We run out of time. I don't know where to get started. I got questions and answers. I'll get to another time, I guess. Let's see. Where we start? Shit.
Well, how about that last match for the world title? That was all over the place.
First of all, when John Moxley took his fingers and dug it to the back of Cassidy. Damn.
Like, even the ending of the match was bad. Like, that made no sense. Like, it was all over the place. Everybody's trying to interfere and get involved, and Hangman Christian tried to come out and take the belt, and then Hangman Adam Page comes out, and then Jay White comes out, and then they all leave through the crowd while they're fighting with everybody, try to go in the car to escape, then a car crashes into their car, and then it's Darby Allin. I was like, what the hell is this? Personally, I think the best match on that show was Mercedes Moné and Chris Statlander. Lashley versus Swerve Strickland was alright. Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher was okay. I liked the MJF Robert Strong match. I just didn't like the ending. That match could have been better if it went maybe about 5 or 10 minutes long. Not say about 5 or 6 minutes longer. I'm not going to say 10 minutes. It doesn't need to be that long.
Mm-hmm.
That's another problem they need to fix. Is their pay-per-views are way too long.
So let me get this straight. So Sunday's not going to work. Okay, everybody got school work. Okay, I understand that. Saturday's not going to work. Okay, bro, what do you want?
No one's going to sit there and watch something that long. Like, I see comments and people are complaining about the show being too long. And people got other things to do.
Bruh, there's no... I'm not defending AEW in a long shot, but I'm just saying this. There's no pleasing the IWC, the internet wrestling community. There's no pleasing y'all suckers. Bruh. We give you everything you want on a golden platter, and it's still not enough.
Listen, I like it, but I ain't gonna be sitting there from 8 to 12 or 7 to 12 or 7 to 1. Like, come on.
Bruh. Hang on, I get more straight. I could take Kiss, all the original members of Kiss, put them in the gym, I resurrect them into original shape, book them in WrestleMania, main event rock and roll shape, like the 80s, and it's still not enough. There's no pleasing you suckers.
You're gonna have some people like that.
There's no pleasing y'all.
But I will say some of the things that I've seen from especially people within the business, in the industry, a lot of the things they say are definitely facts. You know, that company needs to straighten up. And they need to get some men, not kids that look like they're in high school working at a car wash.
Well, majority of the roster are young people, so I understand.
So is WWE, but they look like actual men.
Yeah.
Not kids that's outside washing my car or my house. And that's why I'm interested to see how Lashley's going to be booked while he's there.
I swear.
I mean, have you seen how the talent looks? Have you seen Darby Allin? Have you seen the Young Bucks and Kyle Fletcher and what's that kid's name that's with Christian? Nick Wayne.
Mm-hmm. I ain't seen that boy wrestle.
He's all right. But he looks like he's 10 years old.
How old is he anyway?
I have no idea. I mean, Rey Mysterio looks like he's 10, but at least he looks like a man, despite being not a large man. Look, I get it. I'm not expecting everybody to look all muscled up and 300-pound, 280, 6'9", 6'8". I am not saying that at all. But, come on. Have some muscle on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, because at the same time, things in pro wrestling, you have to make sense. You know, you're not going to put Darby Allin against Bobby Lashley and expect Darby Allin to win in a real fight. Like, come on, let's get serious. It's like, and if you was to put Darby Allin with Bobby Lashley, it has to be booked as a squash. Like, that match should last no more than 1 minute and 20 seconds. Or 2 minutes to be nice. You know, I've seen Darby Allin. No, not Darby Allin. I've seen Brody King wrestle Dante Martin, and it took Brody King 10 minutes to beat Dante Martin. It's like, that should not be happening.
Mm-hmm.
That match should be going no longer than 3 minutes. Or 2 minutes at that. No, there's a lot of things that they're doing wrong that they need to fix. It's hard to watch. You know, my friends like AEW, good for them. You want to go to AEW and spend your money, good for you. But to be honest, no one's going to their shows anyway. And I will give AEW credit for starting to book smaller venues. And they need to. Because they can't sell out the big stadiums. Well, not stadiums, the big venues they go to. They can't sell them out. No one's going to the shows. I'm sure you saw some of the pictures at various shows. The ratings are declining each and every week. Yeah, so I'm not going to spend my hard-earned money to watch that.
So let me ask you this. The end goal for WCW, the end goal for AEW. God forbid.
You said what?
What do you see the end goal for WCW? For AEW? For AEW.
I think I only gone to AEW one time, and that was 2 years ago. Just to say, I was like, you know what, let me go at least once.